Hi everybody, welcome to our channel. I'm Josh and this is Jesse. We're the owners of Pelos by JessC Salon. So this video here is going to be featured on the story of how Jessica and I became salon owners with the focus on Jessica's story specifically. So Jess, did you always want to be a stylist?
I did. It was something I always loved and enjoyed and messed around with. And so even as a child, I would get into trouble doing hair. I had a friend, we were probably about 6-7 years old, and I had convinced her that if our hair grew back, that her doll's hair could grow back. And so we did not leave one doll, Barbie, or Care Bear untouched. Everybody got a haircut that day.
Care Bears? I had a Care Bear. Did you have a Care Bear? Did your family always support your desires to become a stylist, Jessica?
My family always encouraged me to follow my dreams, but they definitely were hoping that those dreams were more of a traditional professional route. They wanted me to go to college because I was always a straight A honor roll kind of student.
Of course you were.
And so their dreams, of course, for me were to be a doctor or a lawyer or some type of
homecoming queen. Captain of the cheerleading team.
I was those as well. So they saw me headed in a little bit different direction. Hairstyling was maybe just not good enough. A lot of people don't see it as an industry that can make you the same type of money, but if you want it bad enough and can work hard enough, you can definitely get there.
Of course. And so to become a stylist, you've got to get educated. You can't just start cutting hair. I mean, you learn that by cutting as little dolls' hairs. And so as you grew, we all have to educate ourselves. There's always continuing knowledge. There's growth books, self-help books. There's all sorts of information out there now, especially with the internet and such. But at this time, where did you go to school?
So I did end up getting my associates in applied science up in Fort Collins. I kind of did a bit of a compromise for my family and did get a associate's college degree. But after that, I decided to go to school for hair, and I kind of went a non-traditional route. I didn't go to a regular cosmetology school. I enrolled in an in-salon program at Zuri Salon and Spa in the Cherry Creek area of Denver, which was amazing. Nice. I did have to drive once a week out to a tiny little cosmetology school just outside of Denver to do my test every week, but I got to earn all of my hours in the salon. The owner there was Peter Friedauer, and he was from Switzerland, and he created his own cutting technique called the Eurotech wet dry cutting system. And so it was a very intense training because we got to service a lot of local celebrities and news anchors and professional athletes and that type of thing. And so there was definitely emphasis on getting it right. So
sounds like a high standard to me.
It was. And so it was great to be able to do all of my learning hands-on and to learn that technique, which is very different than what most people do. And I've been able to master it and kind of make it my own.
Awesome. So at this time, you're in Fort Collins, Cherry Creek. What brought you to Pueblo?
So I moved to Pueblo because I unexpectedly became a single mom, and I had an infant, and so I definitely needed to move back down to southern Colorado so I could be close to family that could help support me and help me raise my son. And so I was lucky enough, since I was licensed as a cosmetologist, well, as a hairstylist. I actually don't have full cosmo because I knew hair is where I wanted to specialize. So since I was licensed, I was able to do hair on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday during the day, and bartend Thursday, Friday, and Saturday during the night, and left me the ability to be a stay-at-home mom from Sunday to Thursday. And so it was
awesome. Sounds like a perfect schedule.
It was really great.
Great. And then we met actually when you were bartending.
Yes.
And I picked up the bartender, swept her off her feet.
That's
you know what I'm talking about.
Invited me to watch his band.
I was a band guy at the time. But this story isn't about me. You'll want to check out my channel, Josh Pacheco, JP Growth, Coach Josh Pacheco actually, for another interview. Well, it might be just me interviewing myself, but that's where you'll hear my story. So after we met, tell us a little bit about taking clients to the house, because we met, we started our family, things moved pretty quickly, and along our journey was, of course, hair. Hair was always a part of it. We were taking clients to the house. Clients were putting their head in our kitchen sink. And eventually, what did we do?
So when we got tired of having hair in our kitchen, we were lucky enough to be able to create an in-home salon where my husband and our older boys were able to remove the carpet and refinish the floors, and your older brother was able to hook up the plumbing for us. So I had an actual shampoo station. And we were able to acquire some pretty vintage but kind of cool equipment from some ladies who were retiring.
Yeah, but we were living the dream.
Yes, absolutely.
We were moving
space
towards what we wanted ultimately.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a great transition space.
And we had so many clients that it was affecting our home life because I was coaching the kids in sports, and they were our youngest. Right now is going to be 8 in about a week. And where's that this week? My goodness. Yeah, this week he's going to be 8. But with that said, there's not a day in his life that he doesn't remember us ever taking care of clients because he was that young. So it's been a lifetime for Jess, and for us, it's been over half of our marriage. So tell them about the guest styling concept, because we had so many clients at one point where, as I mentioned, it was interfering because of the time frames with the kiddos and clients, and it was a lot.
So I didn't want to just go out and find a job as a stylist somewhere. I definitely wanted to maintain ownership of my clientele and my business. So I came up with the guest stylist position because I just thought if I could get somebody to let me rent a space for one day a week somewhere, and even if I'm generating, bringing in my own clientele, it would give me that flexibility in the schedule that I want, and ownership of my clientele. So I had one of my current clients, who is still a client, suggest I check out a salon that was next to a small gym that he owned at the time. And
you know who you are, Matt Smith.
The owner of the salon, she has since sold it, but when she owned it, she was absolutely amazing. She saw my passion and my vision, and she didn't want me to just be a guest stylist, but she was willing to give me the flexibility I wanted, and understood that at some point I would want to have my own salon. And so that was really great for me, because I didn't want to mislead anybody in building a clientele in someone else's salon. And so it was really great that she understood that, and she was willing to let me have a space there.
Yeah, that's a difficult and sensitive thing to do, and I think you've done that very, very well. Tell us a little bit more about what was the next opportunity after being located next to Snap Fitness. What opportunity came?
So that owner of the small gym next to the salon that I stepped out of the home from.
It's not a small gym anymore, is it?
It's not. He has expanded twice now. So in his first expansion, he asked me to join him, and created a salon suite studio for me. So it's just myself, but it was a great little space where I was able to step out and service my current clients, and also triple my clientele within the first couple of years. So that was really nice. And next to me was a massage therapist, so that was cool too, because we got to kind of send people back and forth to each other. She was in just a small room next to me where she did her massages, and after about 1.5 years, her and the gym owner opened a spa, and so she moved into the spa.
Pure Spa and Wellness.
And the gym owner asked me if I wanted to expand, and so that was my first expansion into the room next door, and I was able to add a couple stations and bring in a few other stylists, usually just 1 or 2 at a time, to kind of mentor and grow, and it was a really good transition. And then as the gym owner decided to grow, he expanded a second time into a whole nother building, in which he decided to add a bunch of other tenants. So the spa itself expanded. I was able to get a full retail location where I have my own entrance now, instead of having to go through the gym to get to me. And we're able to have 3 hair stations and nail stations, and a color bar. That's a really cool concept because it's set up more like a bar you would find in a small restaurant or a wet bar in somebody's house or something. And so we've really enjoyed the vibe that we've been able to set out. The atmosphere is just really relaxed and laid back, and we've kind of given it a rustic, industrial, contemporary vibe, if that's such a thing. So we have some really cool reclaimed items as kind of our focal points, and it's just a really fun space.
Awesome. So that brings us to the present. So where we currently are now is located still a part of the building with Snap Fitness. It's a complete wellness center. There's also a high school there, Goal Academy. There's a physical therapist, Pure Spa and Wellness, a gym itself. So if one individual themselves want to take advantage of everything that they offer, including cryotherapy at the spa, then they can take advantage of all these amazing amenities as well. The gym itself, I was honored to have been the general manager for 2 years. So the super cool thing about it is that as a personal trainer and as a leader, we were able to be so involved in the community, and the friendships and the family that we have grown and earned. The clients are just our clients. These are our friends and family. So those of you who know us, you may not have known our story. Those of you who just came upon this, hopefully this has a lot to motivate you, because to get to where we are has been a struggle. It's not just, all cupcakes and ice cream type of thing. There have been, glorious days, but there have been days of struggle. And so we just want to share with you and encourage you all to make sure that you're planning, that you're striving towards what you want to do, that whatever you love and desire. My wife loves to cut hair. She loves to serve people in that capacity, to help them. And, somebody has a job interview and she helps them make beautiful hair. If they're getting married, if their hair's damaged, like we have so many testimonies that you will soon see on this channel of what she's done for individuals. To learn more about my story and how I became a salon owner, you'll want to check out Coach Josh Pacheco, JP Growth. Thank you so much. This concludes our interview, and we look forward to interacting with you all more.